All right, what's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I haven't even looked at anything today. I was going to try to do this live. I was just testing that out, but um, it didn't. I got to figure some things out with that before I can um, do that. One thing I got to figure out how to share the screen while I do. And plus, my lighting in here is not that great. That's one of the reasons I don't have a camera, on me, because I don't have really good lighting in here. So anyway, all right. So let's jump off into this pre-market insight. Just real quick, if you like my content, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And whatever questions you have from anything or whatever you want to say, go ahead and leave your comments below in the comment section. All right, so um, getting started with today's pre-market insight. So we got a pretty busy day. One of the reasons I wanted to go ahead and jump off into this, get this done early. At I think it's 6:30 right now for you guys. That's 7:30 for me, p.m. 7:30 at night over here in the Philippines. But 6:30 over there for you guys in the States and wherever else you are in the world. All of this is based off of, as you can see from right here, is Eastern Standard Time. So everything all the times that I put out, all of my analysis and everything is based off of the Eastern Standard Time in the States. So, all right, so we're looking at the economic outlook today. We got the GDP at 8:30. That's something that tends to get things going in the pre-market when we have that event. When we have that event, that typically gets it typically brings in some kind of volatility from what I've seen, and then also new home sales at 10. But the biggest thing today, and if you're trading crude oil, this is something important to be aware of. We got the crude oil at 10, crude oil inventories at 10:30. But the biggest thing today is indeed a Fed day, but Federal Chair Powell, he's going to be speaking at 12 today instead of typically it's at 2 p.m. 1400. So it should be an interesting day. Usually on these Fed days, I mentioned it before, we don't see a lot of the market doesn't trend in either direction in the morning session until the Fed says whatever they say. Whatever Fed news we got coming out, the market tends to be pretty volatile in a range, leading up until that Fed event. Yeah. I'm not really expecting any major moves before lunchtime. Actually, I may end up staying. I may end up not even trading today, but it has nothing to do with this. It's just I got a lot of personal things I got to take care of, so I may not really have time. So, but I definitely wanted to make sure that I went ahead and got this pre-market insight, for you guys that like to see this. So other than that Fed news, there's nothing really significant that's going on other than that today. Even in looking at the news, it's pretty much typical things. So we'll go ahead and jump right into the pre-market analysis or the technical analysis. We move on over to the Nasdaq. And see, I haven't even I just now started looking at the chart, or I started looking at my trading stuff. I've been busy with other stuff today. So you're getting this. It's live for me. That's why I kind of wanted to do it live, so I can you can see the full process. Everything is transparent. And anyway, so looking at the Nasdaq today, like we're trading pretty sideways, which is because it is a Fed day and we have some information coming out at 8:30. So I wouldn't expect to see a lot of action up to this point. Let's try to bring this down a little bit without making it super small. Let's see. One second. Let me get myself together. All right. Okay. So used to using Sierra chart. I get, and they're a little bit different. So okay, yeah. So we got this little range here from. Bring this out. We got a decent little range here of about 30 points. So at 8:30, I don't really see any direction as of right now. We could go either way. This is really a sideways neutral pattern. We're not. But if we look over here at the daily chart, go ahead and bring this up. We could definitely, continue going bullish. I would expect that sometime. This is my mouse messing up. At some point in time, there will be a rollover and a retest of, from popping out above that daily 9 EMA. But, I really don't expect, I expect some choppiness up, at least up until 12 o'clock. So, overall big picture for the Nasdaq, we are trading sideways. We're neutral. All right. So moving on over to crude oil. Okay, a reminder that we have the crude oil inventories at 10:30. Just like on Fed News, with crude oil leading up until that inventory report, there's usually a good deal of choppiness as well. So far, we had a little continuation of the climb from yesterday. In today's session, I say in the latter part of the okay, I can say it this way. So leading up and we're coming into in the European session, we had a nice little bit of sell-off. I'm not seeing any support for them today other than right now looking left. I think we can continue heading. Let me draw a line there. Let's see what happens. Put this there and see what happens. All right. All right. So just looking at the 5-minute. Okay. Okay. So this looks like pretty, decent support. By the way that we look, if we look at the daily, let's look at the daily. Yeah, then we can continue going bearish here. Of course, we can do the market can do anything it wants to do, but so it is at a key area right now. We've seen this area has been support and resistance in both directions. So that's just over the past couple of days. If we look at the daily, we are forming this another flag pattern. So as of right now, we're looking. I would say we're looking bearish right now. If it breaks this area right here, I would definitely expect some more sell-off. But however, we do have to remember that we have crude oil inventories at 10:30, so that can change everything. So right now, at this current moment, we are trading bearish, and we're looking for the break of 51. I would say just 51. I'll look at the break of 51 for continuation bearish. All right. For gold, gold looks like we're low. I haven't even looked at the volume yet. All right, so looking at the volume gotta look at the daily. So that's it's kind of low on volume. Usually by this time we're usually above 70,000 in the volume, But right now we're looking just really choppy. So my overall, I'm just saying we're trading neutral, sideways to neutral. Do we have a contract rollover? I'm not exactly sure. I have to look that up. And then I put it in, once I post this to the website, I'll go ahead and put that in the notes if a contract rollover is coming soon. Um, but yeah, so right now gold is, I would say, is sideways to neutral. Um, all right, and jumping on over here to euro, pretty much the same thing. Um, Looking at the daily, we still got that, we're still at that level of support. We broke that, the line that I drew the other day. We broke that support line there. But, of course, we wanted to bring it up. Sometimes the auto gets in the way. I would like to see it before I confirm that we're going to keep going lower. I would like to see it continue, come back over, roll over, retest that line, and then I retest that previous support, and then bounce off of it before I would say that we are going to continue bearish. So overall, for the pre-market strength, I would say it's moderate. Now I've always wanted to do this. Hold on, give me a second. I see people. I don't know how good I am of a right. Oh, it's not bad. Not really. Better than, I would say we're moderate. Okay, that's horrible. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this says moderate. I don't know if you can, probably, yeah. But okay, so the pre-market strength for I would call it moderate. The only thing that we got above 100K of volume is crude oil, but that's lately that's typical. Just about every day, other than the 2 days that it was rolling over to the new contract, crude oil been above 100K of volume early. So for the most part in the market, we're trading sideways. We do have to keep in mind that we definitely need to keep in mind that we have the federal stuff going on at 12, and which could bring in a lot of strong volatility. So we got to make sure we more than likely we will not want to be in the market at that time, unless we're going to trade with a super wide stop and take a lot of risk. So we just got to make a plan and stick to the plan, trade the plan. If it doesn't work, it is what it is. If it works, that'd be great. I don't know if I'm going to, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to trade today. But however, if I do not trade, I'll still do my I will still see you guys at around lunchtime, right around when we, things to be kicking up, getting interesting for my end of day mid market analysis. So I wish all of y'all the best of luck. Go out there and crush it. Make sure you make a plan, stick to your plan, trade your plan, and I will see you guys later.